Oh, these salmon fritters taste so good. And I'm gonna have some right now with some avocado and some dip. To make them, I use all-purpose flour and I use salmon. This is the one I use. Already cooked salmon. And then I have a piece of carrot, which is optional, just for a little variety. And then I have some green onion and some seasoning. I start by sifting the flour. Or you could pre-sift it before you begin. And I'm going to set the sifted flour aside, and then I'm going to get the salmon. And I'm going to mash it out a little bit so that I can get it a little more grounded. And when it is well grounded, we're also going to set it aside. And then we're going to grate the carrot. And then I'm going to push it to one side of the cutting board. And then I'm going to cut my green onion into very small pieces. The green onion is optional, or you can use the amount that you want, a smaller amount or just the amount that suits you. And now I'm going to combine all the ingredients with the flour. So we'll start with the salmon. And then we're going to add the carrot. The carrot and the onion. And now we can add a little bit more seasoning. Salt and black pepper would be just fine, but I'm going to add some all-purpose seasoning. But salt and black pepper would be just fine. And I'm also going to be adding some thyme leaves. And I love a little cayenne pepper in my recipes, so I'm just adding a little bit of that. And I also I'm a very garlicky person, so I'm gonna add a little bit of garlic. I usually like to have onion and garlic, so just a little garlic powder. And then we're going to be adding water, not too much because we don't want it to be too runny. And we're just going to be adding enough so that it's also not too lumpy. So enough water to give it a very nice consistency. And you continue to mix until you get that consistency that you desire. So you would continue mixing until you get it to a consistency like this. If it's too runny, you're going to add a little bit more flour. And if it's too clumpy, you're just going to add a little bit more water. But this is perfect. So we're going to let this sit for about 10 minutes before we continue with the process. So I'm going to heat my oil on medium to high temperature. And for this recipe, I'm using vegetable oil. And now I'm going to spoon them into the pot. Just make sure you spread them out into the pot so that they don't, because sometimes they spread a little bit and we don't want them to join on each other. So I'm going to spread them in the pot a little bit. And we're going to allow them to cook on both sides until they are nice and golden. And when one side is nice and golden, we just flip them over and allow the other side to get nice and golden. And when both sides are golden, we're going to remove them from the pot. And we're going to put them on a plate lined with paper towel to absorb the extra oil. And then we're going to repeat the process with the remainder of the mixture. Drop them in the pot, and these are looking a little bigger. And we just let them cook on both sides until they're nice and golden. And we're all done. Juicy, delicious salmon fritters. Juicy and delicious. Enjoy! Enjoy! You can enjoy with your favorite dip or sauce, and here I'm having some avocado. So salmon fritters with dip and avocado. Enjoy!